Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the traditional pre-Le Mans 24 Hours Toyota Racing press conference. In just a few seconds, our drivers and top management will be coming upstairs. As usual, we'll just do a short Q&A here on the stage. Then directly after, the guys will be available for you to chat. So please don't be shy. When you see them, jump in, have a chat, and find out what's going on with the team, and I'm sure they'll be happy to help. In the meantime, could I ask you all to turn your mobile phones on to silent, and the guys on the way here. We've got until approximately 1 o'clock, so hopefully enough time for everybody to get what they need. Bear with us a few seconds and then we'll get going. Okay, so if everybody's ready, let's get started. First of all, I'd like to introduce Mr. Yoshiaki Kinoshita, our team president, and I'll start with you, Kino-san. The first question is, how is the mood back in Japan? What is the feeling in Japan around Le Mans 24 Hours 2014?
The expectation is growing very, very, very high. So I have enough pressure from Japan.
What are your expectations for Le Mans this year?
Of course, it's a win the race. And I think I said the same thing last year in this press conference. But this year, it's a slightly different meaning. Last year, win the Le Mans. I said like a kind of dreams. But this year, win the Le Mans. I said like a realistic target. So we need every effort to get this.
And this project, of course, is not only a sporting project, it's designed to benefit road cars as well. Can you explain a little on how the project is benefiting road cars?
Yes, 7 or 8 years before, we thought we need to bring green technology into the racing field and develop it and bring back these technologies back into the production department. This is exactly what we are doing now.
Thank you, Kino-san. Moving on to Murata-san. Can I ask you, why did Toyota start a hybrid motorsport project back in 2006? It was a long time ago. What was the reason to start this project?
So at that time, we are joining the Formula 1 project, but Toyota want to use racing field for developing the production car. So that is why we take the hybrid technology to the racing field.
And this year we have new updated regulations. We've chosen a 3.7 litre turbo, non-turbo solution with 6 megajoule hybrid. Can you explain the reason for that decision?
So we have several reasons. So one point is a weight issue. So we want to install the strong hybrid system for the racing car. So, but this year's car weight limit is very light. So 870 kilograms. So reducing the weight is very difficult. So one reason is a weight issue. The second reason is we have already checked, for example, the small downsizing engine, turbocharged engine, and the normal aspiration engine, and the efficient, most fuel efficient engine for the system. So we choose the correct spec.
Thank you, Murata-san. Now moving on to Pascal. Last night we saw fantastic pole position for the number 7 crew with Kazuki Nakajima and 3rd place for the number 8 crew. How was your evaluation of the qualifying performance?
Well, actually, relative to our opposition, just sufficient. The gap was not that big. Relative to our own expectation, quite good actually, because our simulation was expecting the pole position, our pole position in 3:22.7, so exactly 1 second slower, so the gap is for sure due to an exceptional performance of Kazuki because the simulation cannot be wrong.
And this year, again, we have new regulations. What is the influence of these regulations on the race strategy? Does it become more complex?
Actually, it's not that different. The real challenge with the regulation is to optimize a package which is quite complex and to make it reliable. When this is achieved, the race strategy itself is not that different. Maybe we have to take into account different wear distribution between the tires, because now we have a 4-way drive, and it can go either way. More stints or less stints with one set of tires, and as well as the calculation related to the number of stints per lap are changed by the fact that it's more and more difficult to save fuel because we are already saving a lot of fuel. But our engineers are quite good at doing this calculation, and we are quite clear about our target there.
Thank you, Pascal. Moving on to Ron Latham. In qualifying, we see one driver setting 1 lap for pole position, but actually we have 100 team members here at the track and many more TMG. Can you give an idea of the effort that goes into this project?
The effort is of course huge by a team which is, we say, only with 100 people here, but in total we are roughly 300 people working on this project from different areas. Here at the track we are with not only Toyota people, especially our friends from Orica, which help a great deal to achieve that what we have been able, headed by David Fleury, and we say working together closely with Pascal. And then we say it's here to put all the people together, where John has a big task in that Pascal and his team are able to get the performance which we're needing, which we're heading for. Like last night it was a short step, and then tomorrow for the big step.
You've been with TMG since the rally days, so you've experienced all 4 of TMG's attempts at Le Mans. Is there a sense of unfinished business?
Of course. To become second, you're the first loser, so you don't like to change that. And we say a company like Toyota with us is here to win. So I think that is where we have to go for, and that's also where we will be very determined to work very, very hard for tomorrow.
Thank you, Rob. Moving on to John Legends. Compared to the TSO30 hybrid, which was second here last year with the number 8 crew, can you summarise what's improved, what's changed on the new car?
Okay, obviously due to the new regulations there are quite some changes. First of all, the monocoque itself had to be new to improve the driver's seating position and visibility. Then secondly, the big thing is, as already mentioned to last time, of the weight issue. The car minimum weight went down, but we increased the hybrid system compared to the year before. This was a big challenge. And last but not least, through the aerodynamics, as also regulation says, some areas where can more develop. That was the biggest change.
We have narrower tyres, which logically would give less grip. We use 25% less fuel, yet we are setting faster lap times compared to last year. How does that work?
In the end, the target of the FANSO was to get more efficient cars, and due to the new air regulations that the developer could do, plus the good work from our tyre supplier, we have this result.
Thanks, John. On to another Dutch John. John Stiggs. We are now in our 3rd year here at Le Mans Toyota Racing. Can you give an idea of how the team's preparation is this year compared to previous years?
So, for sure, from 2012 to now, we made some major steps. I would say 2012
is to focus on to make it more efficient, in a sense keeping people in the same position as they know the job to do. So we kept the majority in the same position, same functions, only small changes to improve. And we put a big focus on the pre-season to get more running out of the short time we had, the short time window, to get more out of our test, to be ready for the test and the maximum possible running. So this so far we have achieved.
Today, obviously, there's no running on track. We have the drivers' parade, but tomorrow the big work starts. What, from an operational point of view, is your message to the team, to the crew?
I mean, we don't need to give a lot of message out yet this morning. Our team briefing, they know what to do. That's the important thing to clarify before you come here. If you need to give the message now, it's wrong. So they focus purely on the job, do the double checks, extra checks they need to do to prepare the cars in the best possible way from what we've learned in all the pre-season testing.
Thanks, John. Now on to the drivers of the pole position crew number 7. I'll start with our pole position man, the guy who set the fastest lap yesterday, Kazuki.
Hello.
How excited is Japan now about Le Mans 2014, especially now they have a Japanese driver on pole position?
Well, yeah, it seems like everybody's quite excited in Japan. I could find it out by receiving a lot of messages from my friends in Japan. And in the morning I was very busy to reply to all the messages. So everybody's excited, and it's good to know that. But we need to get the proper results and make them more excited afterwards.
Of course, you're the first Japanese driver to actually set the pole position time here at Le Mans, so congratulations first of all. It's your third Le Mans with Toyota. How's your preparation for this? Is it different to the other races? Do you feel more prepared now?
Of course, because this is the third time, it's basically gets not easy, but easier compared to the first year. Every time to come here, so I feel very well prepared, and it's same for the team. And yeah, this year, because of my racing calendar for the other championship, I didn't have to go back to Japanese time zone, then come back to European time zone in between test day and race day. So yeah, I feel really well prepared, and then ready for the race.
Moving on to Stefan, this is the 4th time you'll be starting the race from pole position. Can you tell us, what does Le Mans mean to you personally?
Yes, hello. First, congratulations to Kazuki. He did a brilliant lap yesterday. It was impressive. For me, it's very special to be at Le Mans. I feel like at home. A lot of supporters behind French drivers. And to be in a Toyota team, starting in pole, it's amazing. You have the car to win, you have to do a very good job, strong one, but it will be long and tough. So I have a very good feeling here, and like every year, so we push for it.
And you've been second place a few times here at Le Mans. How determined are you to stand in the middle step of the podium on Sunday?
Like every year, I will give the maximum, 100%. But yeah, last year we did a very good race, we finished second. And I hope we do the same race. Tires, fuel, and no problem. It was a perfect race. We missed speed last year, but this year we have the car to win, we have the pace. So we have to be clever and doing a strong job.
Thanks, Dave. Alex, I think I'm right in saying that no driver has won Le Mans in 3 different decades. So that's obviously a little bit of history that you can be targeting. During that time, the technology has changed quite significantly on the cars. Hybrid technology has come in. Can you give us a feeling for what the hybrid technology feels like from the driver's perspective?
Then I would need to stand you there and 1000 horsepower kick your bottom. And it does feel very, very good, obviously, when you have 4-wheel drive as well, to really propel you out of the corners. It's very impressive, and it's actually it is amazingly impressive that that system, you know, we were used to our mobile phones and the batteries going down, and we are moaning about it, but our system is extremely consistent. It's so powerful and very good to control. The recovering is extremely fast and faultless, so I have to say it's one of the most impressive technologies I've ever come across in motor race. thanks to the team in Volatisan. Did a good job. Maybe next year 1,100 horsepower. Okay, no, it feels very cool.
And what are your expectations for tomorrow and Sunday for the race? How do you see this unfolding?
I'm here now in my seventh attempt, I think, in Le Mans. I've learned one lesson that you cannot force to win the race. The Le Mans race lets you win. So I think I just want to go into the race finding their own rhythm. Of course, you have to push the maximum you can. But it's an interesting race with a tire strategy, which might be the deciding factor. So at the end of the day, you have to be on it, make the right decisions today for the race setup, and just find the rhythm. Stay clean of traffic, of shunts, keep the head down, and just keep pushing. And then you will see if Le Mans is kind to you and lets you win it.
Thanks, Alex. Moving on to the number 8 crew, we'll start off with Sebastian Boemi, who set the third fastest qualifying time yesterday. You've got some family connection to Le Mans from the dim and dark past. Can you explain a little about your family connection to Le Mans and to Toyota?
Yes, so to start from the start, my grandfather did Le Mans in 1960, so I was a little bit aware of what this race is like, and then he's a Toyota dealer since now more than 35 years, so obviously I'm quite aware of the Toyota product and linked to Toyota since a long time, and last year my cousin did the race as well in LMP2, so it's always a great race to do, and really happy to be part of the Toyota family, and hopefully we'll be able to have a great race this weekend.
And what do you expect for the race? What kind of race do you expect?
I think, even if we look a little bit like the favourite, I think it's going to be still very tight at the end. Porsche seems to be very quick overlap. They could show it, in the past 2 races, and Audi's always there, so we cannot forget that they won many times Le Mans in the past. So I think it's going to be very difficult to win that race, but we have definitely the car to fight for the win until the end. Now it's really in our hand to make sure we don't do any mistakes and make the basics right, and if we do those things right, I'm sure we will be there at the end of the 24 hours.
Thanks, Ed. Moving on to Nicolas Lapierre. As a Frenchman, can you tell us how important is Le Mans to you personally?
Yeah, I mean, Le Mans is very special. As a Frenchman, but I think from all over the world, it's probably the most beautiful race of the world. So it's always exciting to be here. As a Frenchman, I guess we get more support from the people because we have many French supporters here. So it's very exciting, and being on this position today with a package that can win the race makes it even more exciting.
This year you switched to the number 8 crew, having spent 2 years with the number 7 with Alex Kazuki. How is the team spirit among the drivers? You probably have more experience of this from both sides than anyone. What's the team spirit like?
It's very good. I mean, we spend a lot of time together. We play tennis, football, and Toyota did it right. I mean, the driver management has been really good since the beginning of the project. They kept the 6 same drivers, so I think this is very important in sports car. And in the end, we swapped 2 drivers this year for weight problem, and in the end, we have seen that both cars are getting very well on. So I'm very pleased about that.
Thank you, Nico. Moving on to Anthony Davidson. With the new regulations this year, there's various different tasks for the drivers to do. It's a different experience for the drivers. Can you give a driver's perspective on the new regulations?
It's not a good start, is it? It's our only reliability problem for the week. Yeah, so before new regulations come along, drivers are always naturally pretty trepidatious about it. And I was pleasantly surprised at Silverstone, the first race, to get behind the wheel in a racing situation, feel that despite the new regs and having to fuel save, that you could drive as hard as ever before, and the car felt suited to the track, and through traffic, nothing was a problem, and you could still fight every inch of the way. So that was the moment where I realised that the new regulations for this year weren't really going to have an impact on how the driver feels behind the wheel.
Obviously the first 2 races were 6 hours, we've got 24 hours coming up. What are your expectations for the race?
I expect our team to be fast. We've shown our speed in the first 2 races this year, and I think in true pace, I think we, by right, should have won the last 4 races in a row. If you discount the problem we had in Shanghai with the suspension failure, rolling on from there, I think we should have been pretty dominant. So I do expect to be fast. We showed that yesterday with Kazuki's amazing lap in qualifying as well. But yeah, going into the race, it is long, obviously, and many things can go wrong. And I look back to my previous experience of this race in 2010, particularly, where I was here with a much more dominant car over the competition. It's much tighter this year, and it should be a good race. But that year we walked away with nothing. So it's a race that can bite you pretty hard, and we've just got to make sure all the right processes are in place and rely on a bit of good luck at the right time, and not to have any more or any reliability problems come your way.
Thank you, Ernst. And finally, I'd like to give the last word to Kinoshita-san. Could I ask you, what is your mission statement for this year at Le Mans?